In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Amidst the chase for success, the pursuit of happiness, and the struggle to balance it all, it's essential not to forget the profound importance of placing God at the center of our lives. Prioritizing God isn't about neglecting our earthly duties or responsibilities, rather, it's about aligning them with a higher purpose, a divine direction. It's about enriching our personal growth, fortifying our relationships, and infusing our careers with a sense of purpose that goes beyond the mere accumulation of wealth or accolades. In the next few minutes, we're going to hear from individuals who have experienced firsthand the transformative power of putting God first. They come from diverse backgrounds, yet their stories converge on a single truth, that prioritizing God can bring about profound change in our lives. Stay tuned as we hear some inspiring personal testimonies on how putting God first transformed lives. Now let's listen to the heartwarming stories of individuals who've experienced profound changes by putting God first. Our first testimony comes from a woman who was once overwhelmed by the hustle and bustle of city life. She was constantly juggling between her job, family, and personal interests. Her life was like a never-ending race against time. But one day, she decided to put God first, and everything changed. She began to start her day with prayer, offering up her plans and worries to God. This simple act of faith brought a sense of calm and order to her chaotic life. She found herself more focused, more productive, and more fulfilled. It was as if a heavy burden had been lifted off her shoulders. By prioritizing God, she found the strength to overcome her daily challenges and live a more balanced life. Our next story is from a man who was on the brink of giving up his dream. He wanted to start his own business, but the road to entrepreneurship was fraught with difficulties. He was close to accepting defeat when he decided to put God first in his decision-making. He sought God's guidance in every step, from drafting his business plan to dealing with setbacks. The result was nothing short of miraculous. His business took off and he found himself achieving more than he had ever imagined. But the most remarkable change was not in his business success, but in his peace of mind. He realized that by putting God first, he was able to face uncertainties with confidence, knowing that he was not alone in his journey. Our final testimony is from a young woman who had struggled with loneliness and isolation. She was searching for a sense of belonging, but nothing seemed to fill the void in her heart. That was until she decided to put God first in her relationships. She started attending a local church, where she found a loving community that welcomed her with open arms. She began to view her relationships through the lens of God's love, and this changed everything. She found the companionship she longed for, not just in the people around her, but also in her relationship with God. She discovered that by putting God first, she was never truly alone. Each of these testimonies is a testament to the transformative power of putting God first. These individuals come from different walks of life, each facing their own unique challenges. Yet they share one common experience, the life-changing impact of prioritizing God in their lives. They found peace amidst chaos, strength in the face of adversity, and companionship in the midst of loneliness. Their lives bear witness to the profound truth that when we put God first, everything else falls into place. Truly inspiring, aren't they? Their lives bear witness to the transformative power of putting God first. The Bible is our guiding light, and it offers clear direction on the importance of putting God first. The Bible, a rich tapestry of wisdom and guidance, is filled with verses that emphasize the significance of placing God at the helm of our lives. Let's delve into a few of these verses and unpack their profound meanings. First and foremost, Matthew 6, verse 33, is a powerful verse that drives this point home. The verse reads, "But seek first God's kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." What does this mean? It means that our primary focus should be on God and his righteousness. When we do this, everything else that we need, whether it's food, clothing, shelter, or peace, will be provided for us. Another poignant verse that emphasizes the importance of putting God first is Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. It reads, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." This verse is a gentle reminder that our understanding is limited. However, if we trust in God and acknowledge him in all our ways, he will guide us and straighten our paths. Then, there's Colossians 3, verse 2, which instructs us to set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. This verse is a call to shift our focus from the transient things of this world to the eternal things of God. It's a reminder that the things of this world are temporary and fleeting, but the things of God are everlasting. Moreover, let's not forget Psalm 37 verse 4, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." This verse doesn't mean that God will give us whatever we want, rather it means that when we find joy in God and align our desires with His, He will fulfill those desires that are in accordance with His will. Lastly, let's consider Matthew 22 verses 37 to 39, where Jesus says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your mind." This is the first and greatest commandment, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. This commandment underscores the primacy of loving God and others. It's a call to put God first in our love, devotion, and obedience. These verses remind us that when we seek God first, everything else falls into place. When we prioritize God in our lives, we live in alignment with His will, and this brings peace, fulfillment, and purpose. Let's remember to seek God first in all things, trusting that He will guide our steps and provide for our needs. Prioritizing God in our daily lives may seem challenging, but with these practical tips, it becomes a fulfilling journey. Let's dive right in. First and foremost, prayer is a powerful tool to connect with God. It's like having a direct line to the divine. Start your day with a simple conversation with God, expressing your thoughts, hopes, and fears. It doesn't have to be complicated or overly formal. The key is sincerity and openness. Remember, prayer is not just about asking, it's also about listening. So take a moment of silence after your prayer to listen to what God might be saying to you. Next is Bible study. The Bible is not just a book, it's a guide, a roadmap for life filled with wisdom and teachings that can help you navigate through life's challenges. Dedicate a specific time each day for Bible study. You can start with a verse a day, then gradually increase your reading as you become more comfortable. Don't rush. Take your time to understand and reflect on the scriptures. It's not about how many verses you read, but about the lessons you learn and apply in your life. Now let's talk about community involvement. Being part of a community provides us with a sense of belonging, support, and encouragement. Join a local church group, participate in church activities, or volunteer in community service. These actions not only benefit the community, but also help you grow spiritually. It's about living out the teachings of Jesus, about loving and serving others. You might wonder, how can I fit all these into my already busy schedule? Well, it's all about making God a priority. Start small. You can start with a 5-minute prayer, or read a single verse from the Bible each day. Then gradually increase your time as you get more comfortable. Remember, it's not the quantity but the quality that matters. Even a few minutes spent in God's presence can make a huge difference in your day. In terms of community involvement, look for opportunities that align with your interests and schedule. Volunteering once a month or attending a weekly church group meeting can be a good start. The key is consistency. Make it a habit, a part of your routine. Incorporating these practices into your daily routine may not be easy at first. You might face challenges and distractions, but remember, the journey of putting God first is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about progress, not perfection. So don't be too hard on yourself. Take one step at a time, and before you know it, these practices will become a part of your life. These practical steps can guide us in our journey of putting God first in all that we do. So let's embark on this enriching journey together, and in doing so, let's experience the peace, joy, and fulfillment that comes from living a life centered on God. The decision to put God first is not without its rewards. Let's hear about the wonderful transformations that have taken place. In the grand tapestry of our lives, every thread counts, and when we choose to weave God into the very fabric of our existence, the outcome is truly remarkable. From the everyday moments to the monumental milestones, putting God first has a profound impact on our lives and communities. Recall the personal testimonies we've heard earlier. Each one of those stories is a testament to the transformative power of prioritizing God. From finding a renewed sense of purpose to experiencing a deeper sense of love and connection in relationships, the impact is as varied as it is profound. Imagine a community where God is the cornerstone. In such a community, love and kindness are not just ideals, but lived experiences. The bonds that tie people together in such communities are stronger, their resilience in the face of adversity is greater, and their capacity to forgive and move forward is inspiring. On a personal level, prioritizing God can lead to a profound shift in perspective. It's like viewing life through a new lens, where every challenge, is an opportunity for growth. Every setback, a chance to lean on God's strength, and every victory a moment to express gratitude. When we put God first, we become more patient, more forgiving, and more understanding. We become conduits of God's love, extending it to others in our actions and words. We become more grounded, secure in the knowledge that we are guided by the ultimate source of wisdom and love. And let's not forget the inner peace that comes with putting God first. Amid the noise and chaos of life, having God at the helm brings a sense of calm and serenity. It's like being in the eye of the storm where everything is quiet and still, even as life swirls around us. The impact of prioritizing God is far-reaching, affecting not just our lives but also those around us. As we wind up, it's time to reflect on our own lives and the place God occupies in them. We've heard powerful testimonies, delved into scriptures, and received practical tips on how to prioritize God in our everyday lives. But what does it really mean to put God first? It's about giving Him the driver's seat in our lives, allowing His wisdom to guide our decisions, His love to shape our actions, and His grace to strengthen us in times of difficulty. Now it's your turn. Take a moment, reflect on your life. Where does God sit in your priorities? And more importantly, what steps will you take to ensure He's at the forefront? We invite you to share your thoughts, your experiences, and your planned actions in the comments below. Remember, when we put God first, everything else falls into alignment. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to hearing your experiences. Until next time, keep putting God first.